Hello, 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 and what is going on, everybody? It is Master TDS, and I'm here with my lovely wife,
Writing Raven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis, the segment where we take all the psycho in the world and we summarize it for you. Because it's fun to make fun of psycho people.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, that's pretty much it, I guess. But yeah, we have a little more than last week to cover. There were some topics we've figured were too long past that we didn't want to cover.
Or that just didn't seem important enough to cover.
If you guys want us to cover more topics, or you want us really don't matter, if you don't feel like there's, it matters if there's something that was in the beginning of the week that's not as relevant anymore, let us know in the comments below. I want to thank everybody on Twitter and in our comments of our last video for giving us some feedback. We appreciate that.
We really do.
And I want to welcome all our new subscribers. I know there's a couple more, so welcome.
Hello there.
All right, so we're going to just jump in here. We got a couple topics to cover. A lot of it's Star Wars related.
But the first one is not.
The first one is about Burger King. Now, for you guys who don't know what Burger King is, it's obviously a fast food place.
I'm pretty sure people know what Burger King is.
Yes, but I don't know. Some people don't have the same places in different
Okay, that's true.
Whatever. Anyways, and basically what they decided to do was they decided to tweet out "Women belong in the kitchen" on
Twitter.
On Twitter.
On International Women's Day, which is really dumb.
Yeah,
and I mean International Women's Day plus the post.
Yeah, but and it's a stupid thing to say. As you can see, their whole thread is like they're trying to virtue signal, but the thing that people don't really realize about this is that this particular thing was posted, and then 2 hours later, they followed it up with whatever. So they said, women belong in the kitchen, and then 2 hours later posted, if they want to, of course. Only 20% of our chefs are women. We're on a mission to change the gender ratio in the restaurant industry by empowering female employees with the opportunity to pursue a culinary career. We're proud to be launching a new scholarship program which will help female Burger King employees pursue their culinary dreams.
Except working in a fast food restaurant does not necessarily help you achieve that.
That, and also, it's really stupid to start it off with women belong in the kitchen. And obviously, as you guys can see and probably guess, they were ratioed into oblivion.
I mean, for one thing, a lot of people who say that women should stay in the kitchen usually forget that that's where the knives are.
That's true. But, as well, this is just a stupid statement. And they actually, I think, KFC Gaming recommented on it said, the best time to delete this post was when you first posted it. The next best time is now. And they're like, but why would we do that? We think you would be on board with us. Now,
KFC is actually doing things right with whatever they're doing.
Well, you'd think they'd be on board with it too, except they obviously didn't agree with their own statement here, because what happened is, later on in the day, they deleted it and said, we hear you. We got our initial tweet wrong, and we're sorry. Our aim was to draw attention to the fact that only 20% of professional chefs in UK kitchens are women, to help change that by awarding culinary scholarships. We will do better next time. We decided to delete the original tweet after our apology. It was brought to our attention that there were abusive comments in the thread, and we don't want to leave the space open for that. Let me translate for you. We realize that our virtue signal failed, and we're really ashamed of what we posted now. So we're going to delete it to avoid more backlash. Also, something to tell you guys, that didn't work.
It really didn't.
Come on already. You're a fast food restaurant. You make burgers. That's it.
If you really wanted to virtue signal, why not just change your title to Burger Queen? Oh wait, that's giving them ideas.
Please don't do that.
Sorry.
Burger Slay Queen!
Those are burgers I'm not gonna eat.
Long story short, it was just really stupid of them to do, and I wanted to talk about it because they look stupid, they are stupid, and this will not be the first nor the last time that these places decide to do things like this. And every time they do it, it backfires. And I love their excuse. It has abusive comments in it.
What were those abusive comments? Do they have the receipts?
The abusive comments were not towards other people. It was towards them.
Ha!
So they were were basically just like deleting the comments because people were literally like, you guys are stupid.
Suckers.
There's abusive things in our tweet. We don't want to leave the space open for that. Okay, so you'll make another tweet where people can post more stuff to make a new space for it.
Error. Logic not found.
They never used logic to begin with. That's the problem.
Good point.
Final thoughts on this basically is, for me, it's a virtue signal backfire. It's stupid. It's funny. And basically, the only purpose this kind of thing serves, and these places don't seem to realize it, is it gives them negative attention, and it gives us something to point and laugh at. So I guess thanks for the free entertainment. It's better than anything on mainstream TV these days anyways.
That is true. Mainstream TV sucks.
All right, next thing we're talking about here is, so we're not going to cover this extensively, but basically there was a hit piece released on a bunch of people, including Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, Drunk 3PO,
Jeremy
The
from The
Quartering, Ethan Van Sciver, and Ichibaka, and Ben Shapiro, and all these people.
Yeah.
And basically, put it this way, these people reached so far into the past, they went back to 2017 and decided that they needed to get offended about The Last Jedi and how dare we not like it, and that how The Last Jedi basically turned these people into alt-right white supremacist trolls. And
I thought it was 2018 that The Last Jedi came out. Then again, I don't care.
Well, yeah, but look, long story short is that this was just a really stupid thing, and we're not going to give them much attention. Again, we may use one of their tweets, but please don't go and contact these people. Trust me, other people have already done it, and they're not worth it because they're just...
There's no reasoning with people like this.
Look, they're apparently, they're literally, their bio is about their two women who talk about feminism and whatever, pop culture or whatever. Look, it's one of these people, these kind of people, who are
everything?
so attention-starved that they need to find a way to get attention. And they did. But it's going to backfire on them because I've had a look at this. Like, this is a 70-minute read article that comes along with this video.
It's unnecessarily long.
And I've taken a look at it. My wife didn't look through the whole thing, but I did. And I'll tell you this. There's a lot of stuff in there that's a lot of speculation and, like, very badly worded linkage to things. But I smell a couple lawsuits. Because this is not just we found this on... This is critique. This is a deliberate hit piece. And what's even worse is it's being endorsed by people from the Lucasfilm story group. Which... Are you surprised by this?
Not really.
It's just a really stupid thing. We're not going to go into detail on exactly what it covered, but basically, you get the gist of it, and it's really stupid. It's not going to go over well, and if anything, all they did was make actually, our cause and what we're working for and, more noticeable.
Yeah, and the weirdest part is they're coming out with a part 2.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Oh boy.
We'll be obviously reporting on that too, but
Yay.
I just think, like, they're reaching so hard here. And the fact that the Lucasfilm story group is endorsing this and Lucasfilm has not come out and said anything.
Because they don't care.
They should not condone this. I'm sorry. And we know that they don't care about fans, but this is ridiculous.
It's a little too far.
Yeah. Next topic we're going to move on to here is about...
the Cara Dune Funko Pops.
So, you guys may know, everybody knows what happens to Gina Carano. I don't think I've ever seen a celebrity or anybody be canceled as bad as they're trying to cancel Gina. They literally, Hasbro discontinued her figure, Funko Pop is now discontinuing her Funko, and just before this I saw a video from Drunk 3PO, shout out to him, where they basically, didn't they like take down the video of Gina on, what was it?
That show with Bear Grylls.
Yeah, and they took that down too. They literally are erasing her from existence, and it's the strangest thing.
They're trying to erase her from existence. They're more trying to erase her from Star Wars. Because...
Yes, but like, what the heck? Leave her alone. I really don't understand it. I think it's a very stupid way of dealing with this kind of stuff, but what can you do? And look, if you guys want a Funko Pop of Gina, they're going up in price.
Because they're no longer being produced, so whatever there is now is all there is ever going to be.
But it seems like Lucasfilm just doesn't want to give Gina any money.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I think Gina's really sweet. She's very nice. And she's not afraid to speak her mind, and that's something I really admire about her. And you know what? I agree. I don't agree with everything that Gina says, but I respect her right to say what she wants to say.
Absolutely. And the fact that she's not afraid to speak her mind is something that's really rare these days.
Yeah.
That's another thing I love about her.
So yeah, basically just another way they're trying to cancel her. They've already canceled The Mandalorian, 2 books about The Mandalorian that were coming out as well for stupid reasons, and we all know it's because of Cara Dune and Gina, and it's a real shame because, this was a character that a lot of people liked, a lot of people loved, and of course, can't have that. Let's go on to the next part here. Now, this is something that was covered a little bit more at the beginning of the week, and this is about Kathleen Kennedy. And it's
about Kathleen Kennedy specifically not getting fired.
Yeah, Bob Chapek. Long story short is Bob Chapek, everybody, the Disney shareholder meeting, and somebody basically asked not only about Gina, but asked about Kathleen Kennedy. And so not only did Bob Chapek dodge the question about Gina and basically give this whole, we want to make people unified through magic and fairy dust. But yeah, that's basically what they said there and avoided the question. And when it came to Kathleen Kennedy, he basically said, we look forward to working with her for many, many years to come, and we're happy with her. So,
which is a sort of generic corporate response, but it does make you wonder.
That, and also, look, am I surprised by this? No. Do I believe that there are different factions in Lucasfilm? Of course I do. Do I believe that there is this civil war that is being spoken about a lot? No.
I do believe that there's definitely conflict, but not necessarily a war.
Yeah, it's not a war. It's the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is kind of here to stay, unfortunately, for now. And whether that changes or not, we'll have to wait and see. But it seems like Disney and Lucasfilm are just not in the business of making money. It's the business of seeing how angry they can get fans and how much they can annoy them and attack them.
And lose money.
It's disappointing.
Very.
I had hoped that Star Wars would be saved. I'd hoped things would be different. But, when they fired Gina, I knew it wasn't going to happen. To be fair, I've been out since The Last Jedi. My wife actually didn't even see The Last Jedi.
Nope. I just saw CinemaSins take on it. Shout out to CinemaSins.
You're so lucky you didn't see it.
I know.
That moment when Luke tosses his lightsaber over his shoulder. Spoilers for anybody who cares.
Like I said, the only version I've really seen of it in length was CinemaSins' take.
I wasn't surprised by this, but I feel like, Disney just continues to dig itself a hole. Disney and Lucasfilm. Mm-hmm. I'm actually thinking it's more Lucasfilm who's doing most of this stuff.
Specifically Kathleen Kennedy, because this is not how Lucasfilm used to be.
Yeah, well, I don't know. And it's really stupid. It's sad that it's come to this. And look, Star Wars is dead. It's been dead for a while. They literally have a Rock as a character. They keep thinking if they cancel things that the fans like, we'll be forced to accept their garbage, and nobody's accepting their garbage. That's just how it is. And they don't seem to get that. They don't want to get that. It's what I would normally call, it's a term that I've come up with for this, is called selective ignorance. They're ignorant, but only about things they don't want to know about. So they pretend that they don't know about things because they don't want to know about them. If it's something that they want to know about, they're not ignorant about it. But otherwise, even if they know, they'll pretend they don't know. So they can pretend to be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought it was just delusions of grandeur.
I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows anymore?
It's ridiculous. All right, on to the last topic here.
Lucasfilm recruiting.
So this is something that me and my wife actually found. Well, I actually found it on Twitter. And as you'll see here, there is a blue checkmark Twitter account called Lucasfilm Recruiting. And it is an actual Twitter account. And as you can see, they recruit for digital asset technical assistance, whatever, on Twitter.
Well, they also have this. I did find that they also have the same thing on Facebook, though surprisingly, they do have a couple of professional options, such as Indeed and LinkedIn. And they do have their little website down at the bottom there, but it seems that for the most part, they're recruiting through Twitter and Facebook. Which
actually explains quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they're hiring through Twitter and they're, literally saying, hey, Twitter mob, you know how you hate this? Come hire here. That explains people like Pablo Hidalgo, Christina Ariel, and
whoever wrote the character about a rock.
I forget her name. It was the one who went "Live long and prosper" at the end of the video because that's smart.
You forgot her name, which means it wasn't important.
No, I forgot her name because I didn't care in the first place. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, because it wasn't important.
No, it's because immediately when I saw her do that, I was like, "Who are you?"
It's clearly not a Star Wars fan.
This is not the fan fiction I'm looking for.
They want to go home and rethink their existence.
Yeah.
Seriously, they need to go home and rethink their existence.
This is ridiculous. The fact that and you can go look this up if you want to go look on Twitter. This is an actual Lucasfilm recruiting Twitter account. They recruit people off Twitter. That explains so much. It explains how their stuff is doing. It explains why the fans aren't interested and their YouTube channels
because they're not doing it professionally enough.
That, and also they're hiring people off Twitter. And the people on Twitter are the ones who are on Twitter who see this, are the people who post things all the time, who have no lives, or like Pablo Hidalgo, who's too much of a chicken. And let's be honest, he looks like Al from Al's Toy Barn from Toy Story 2, and he wears a chicken suit in that. So he might as well be wearing it now, because, you know, at least I'll give Al more credit. Al at least was able to wear the chicken suit. Pablo Hidalgo just hides his tweets like a chicken. And hiding behind, you know, protected tweets doesn't mean we don't see you. And just because you're not getting in trouble for it now doesn't mean you will in the future. So just keep that in mind. It's just ridiculous. This is how far Lucasfilm has fallen.
I thought The Rock was how far Lucasfilm had fallen.
No, Lucasfilm hit rock bottom, but then that was Geode abuse, and so we are big fans of Geode here. Geode is cool. The rest of it's garbage.
Seriously, it is.
All right, but yeah, that's pretty much it. There were a couple other things we wanted to discuss, but we decided that maybe they had died down or weren't really something. Let us know what you think. Do you want us to cover more topics, to have a little bit longer video? Do you want us to cover things from earlier in the week that maybe you don't necessarily remember or whatever, kind of a refresher? Let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. And, you know, feel free, please, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to grow the channel a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not hoping for anything massive, but, you know, you never know what will happen. What we're going to do now is we want to include a little bit more of the element of gothic therapy into this. And so what I've decided to do is at the end of each week to diagnose the week. And today's week diagnosis, based on everything, would be narcissistic personality disorder.
Please explain what that is to us.
And basically, it's people who are described as self-centered, manipulative, and demanding. They have grandiose fantasies, and they think that they deserve special treatment. And basically, they believe that they're gifted in some way, and that everybody else they deserve attention and admiration, and criticism or defeat is terrible, which is basically Lucasfilm in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're dealing with here, is people who have these delusions of grandeur, who think that they have this gift and they're entitled to praise and admiration, and as soon as you criticize them,
because they can't take criticism, they just shut down.
People with narcissistic personality disorder, as soon as you criticize them, they can't tolerate it, and that's literally what Disney and like Lucasfilm actually Disney and Lucasfilm have become, where if you criticize them, they won't acknowledge you. They believe that they're doing the correct thing for their company and whatever they want, and they're just going to keep running it into the ground. And so narcissistic personality disorder. Again, I'm not diagnosing anybody in Lucasfilm or any particular person. This is just about the week, and the news this week has all been about Lucasfilm, and let's be honest, they seem to be very narcissistic. But yeah, anyways, so that's my diagnosis of the week. Let me know what you think of the diagnosis of the week. Is it something you think is funny or whatever? Yeah, and that's basically it for this week. So I guess we'll catch you next week. Let us know if you want us to cover things from earlier in the week.
Also, follow my husband on Twitter, at Master of the TDS.
If you want to rinse that disgusting taste of Lucasfilm High Republic junk out of your mouth, go check out my wife's work on Wattpad.
Gothic Writer 613. I actually just got a story featured on an ambassador account, so please check that out if you want.
That's all for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you again in the next video. Gothic Therapy